House Speaker Nancy Pelosi joining me now. Madam Speaker, thank you very much for being with us. It's always a pleasure, and this is a big day. Well, first of all, the breaking news. Wisconsin, battleground state, the convention, an enormous opportunity for Democrats, virtually, if not in person, and now Joe Biden is not going to Milwaukee. How much does this damage the campaign?
Oh, I think that we're all learning this at the same time now, that he won't be there. But I think it's an indication of the seriousness with which he judges the situation. This pandemic is dangerous, and the increase in numbers just demands that we keep our distances. I commend him for doing that. It's going to be a great convention. People will see it virtually, and we're very proud of him. I think it's a great thing that he's doing this early enough so the rest of us now are told that we're not coming either, I guess. And we can all make our plans from around the country for a great American victory for Joe Biden as he is nominated for president.
I also want to ask you about our reporting that the Republicans are also planning not to have the president leave Washington for his acceptance speech. But most interestingly, he has floated the idea today of doing it on the south lawn of the White House. Our reporting is also that he has suggested monuments as a backdrop, like the Lincoln Memorial. Is that appropriate? I'm not sure if there's a law against it, but there certainly is a tradition. You don't use the White House as the backdrop for any politics. He has broken that with the Rose Garden and other events before, but the acceptance for the Republican nomination coming with the White House as the backdrop, does that strike you as wrong?
Yeah, it's very wrong. Again, when we're in the Capitol of the United States under the dome, we have a very limited opportunity to reference anything political. And for the President of the United States to degrade, once again, the White House, as he has done over and over again, by saying he's going to completely politicize it, is something that should be rejected right out of hand. It's, again, notion-mongering, not serious thinking. And well, it won't happen. Let's put it that way. Whether it's legally wrong or ethically out of the question, it shouldn't even been something that was expressed.
Can you stop him?
He can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, you would be very surprised, I think, at the fact that when you're at the White House, you're talking about policy and the rest. You're not talking politics. We never did. You would have a limited reference as it applied to our civic life as terms of politics, but you don't talk politics in the White House, and you don't talk politics under the dome of the Capitol, except perhaps a reference to it, but not an event. You don't have political events in the Capitol. You don't have political events in the White House.
Well, I know that you and other members, senators, you leave the building to do any fundraising. You have your own offices off-site. But that said, if he's exempt from the Hatch Act, which is why some of his aides have been criticized, cited for unethical activity, but you don't think he can get away with it?
Andrea, my friend, once again, he is diverting attention from the fact that people are dying in our country. Children are hungry. Families are fearing eviction. Workers are concerned about getting money into their pockets. The state and local governments are suffering from the virus and the rest, and we're talking about whether he can have a political event at the White House. He can't. But again, it's interesting. It's curious. It's a diversion. And he is a master of diversion. But what we all really need to be talking about is the fact that we passed our bill, the HEROES Act, nearly 3 months ago. In that time, over 3 million people have been added to the list of those infected. 70,000 people have died, and we're talking about the president having political events at the White House. He can't.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.